My name is Chloe Taylor, and today I'm going to talk to you about genetically modified organisms, or food that has genetically modified things in them. And I'm going to tell you what foods have them and what they are, and I'm going to explain to you why the government should be allowed to just label them, because it is an ongoing fight between people who want them to be labeled and people who don't want them to be labeled. So I think that people should be aware of what they are before they're allowed to tell you that they should be labeled. Okay, so let's say you're going to the grocery store and it's your weekly grocery trip and you have the same items on your list, like milk, eggs, butter, and like you have your favorite snacks, your favorite meats, whatever, favorite cheeses. I mean, you don't mess with my mom's cheeses. And how often with those favorite items do you look at the nutrition facts? Like, you know how bad they are for you, but do you really look at them? So if the government were to place a label on them saying this is genetically modified, this has been genetically modified in its DNA, would that change how you eat it? I fail to believe that that will affect anybody. The government places so many labels on our food and tells us so many things about what we should be eating, what we shouldn't be eating, but they never actually take the things off the market. So even if we wanted to eat, one, because we all want to change our diet and we all want to become healthy because we are one of the most obese states or countries in the world, the fact that they're not taking those things away from us will not change. Like, how many commercials or ads have you seen? Don't eat fast food. Fast food's terrible for you. It's not real meat. But how many times a week or a month do you eat fast food? I can tell you that I eat fast food. Eating food like fast food the government tells you not to eat, or people tell you that you shouldn't eat, is so much more convenient and easier, you know what I mean? And it's cheaper. That is the biggest thing. You know what I mean? Like, even if the government were to label genetically modified foods, people are still gonna want the cheaper option, because organic food that has not been genetically modified is not cheap. But you'd be surprised how, like I said, 80% of all the food that you eat, all the processed food, has genetically modified foods in them. But it hasn't killed us yet, so I don't know. Did you know foods like milk that you drink every day if you have cereal? Cereal also has genetically modified organisms in it, and so does meat. And the big shocker? Baby formula. Now you understand why the government always pushes breastfeeding, because it has genetically modified organisms in them. Stuff that you feed your children has genetically modified things in them. Isn't that crazy? They tell us not to eat it, but we've been eating it since day one. I think that's absolutely ludicrous that they are allowed to do that. I mean, it's not like terrible, but I just think that the government should be allowed to label these foods, so moms and dads and parents and adults are allowed to know what they're consuming in their body. And if you don't care, you don't care. One little label's not gonna matter, but people who care are gonna want to know. Like, I want to know. I want to know what food I'm eating, even though it's not gonna stop me. Do you know what I mean? Like, people feed off, in America, they feed off accessibility and normality. They eat what's easy and what they're used to. So changing one little label on their can of SpaghettiOs or on their meat or on their milk is not going to change how they eat. I can guarantee. How in detail have you ever looked at say like a can of your favorite soup, and it's got this nice food picture, this nice label, the nutrition facts, the ingredients, and let's say in the tiny little itty corner with this one label that has said this is made with genetically modified organisms. Who's honestly going to look at that unless you're looking? I know I won't, but it'll help people who want to eat healthier. And who knows, maybe the government labeling all of their food is going to help us all eat healthier and be a better country. I doubt that'll happen. Because like I said, people feed off accessibility and normality. And to me, organic food is not normal to some people. Some people it is, some people it isn't. And maybe if we completely take away all the junk food, all the organic food, all the healthy food, all the non-genetically modified organism food, will be cheaper, but that doesn't mean people should all change to that. So I feel like the government should be allowed to label what they want to label, because they label everything anyways, and that it'll help the people it helps, and it won't hinder the people it doesn't help. It's just gonna stop this ridiculous feud that really is over one little itty bitty like squid on every single food. It's not gonna change most people's diets. Most people won't even know what happens if you don't read the news or if you don't catch up on the news. So this is me saying that the government should be allowed to label these foods and tell you what you're consuming, because that's their job.